Yo, what is up, guys? This is Troy D from the Troy D 24/7 Malt channel, your source for on point and no hype reviews. We're back again, everybody. We're back with another fragrance review right here, guys, on my lovely day off. Now, today we're back at the house of Clive Christian. That's right, one of my favorite niche houses out there. They don't do a lot of releases, but when they do, I'm always really intrigued. And this one definitely stoked my curiosity, as this one is from the Addictive Arts collection, the blue bottles. And it has a very interesting name and motif, and the notes, the pyramid, got me so stoked I almost blind bought it. Anyways, I got lucky. I got the official sample, saved some money, so I can give you guys my no hype breakdown on this. Let's go. Now, before I continue, please do not forget to like and subscribe, guys, okay? Liking, subscribing, and watching the ads is a great big deal to this channel as we head towards 28,000 subscribers. So please continue all your support, guys. Deep dive into my over 900 no hype videos and shop at our affiliate links and with our friends of the channel that decant for us. Thank you so much for all your support. And the fragrance that we'll be talking about today is none other than the latest Clive Christian for 2026. This is none other than Clive Christian Addictive Arts, Strange Heavens Out of the Blue. Yes, Clive Christian Addictive Arts, Strange Heavens Out of the Blue. This is the official sample, which was pricey as hell. I was able to get it because, luckily I was able to get it because, like I said, I was almost this close to blind buying a full bottle of this fragrance. And definitely, this fragrance came out of the blue. Did not expect this. And it came out in a nice blue bottle. Same with all the Addictive Arts fragrances. But this one comes with a panda, which is the signature motif of the artist Domingo Zapata, who does make these panda paintings from 10 to 14 years ago. And that is the motif of this fragrance. The wording, the name, totally out of the blue, right? But more than that, looking at this fragrance, guys, you've got really intriguing notes that I'm thinking, when I first saw it, I was like, I'm gonna like this, I think. Given the fact that this fragrance has coffee, this one has spices, this one has orange blossom, and this one has an addictive fusion accord and a smoke accord with caramel and vanilla. So in my mind, I was really thinking ooh, this could be a coffee gourmand fragrance that could be very, very likable, very usable. And for me, just looking at the notes, I was like, this could be even a masculine spin on a coffee gourmand combination. Anyways, I finally got this. I wore it to death. I'm here to tell you guys the no hype breakdown on this, start to finish, and I'll tell you my thoughts on whether this is a full bottle worthy fragrance because this is so expensive. Let's go spray this thing right now. All right, last legs. Okay, guys, now let's talk about this fragrance right here, the latest Clive Christian fragrance for 2026, Strange Heavens Out of the Blue. And this intro right here, I really like. Okay, this one really got me as well. And that's because the intro, and I don't know if anybody else is going to talk about it this way, but the intro actually is spicy with the zing of sharp anise followed up by pink peppercorn. And before all the gourmand stuff starts coming out, the coffee, the gourmand notes, it's gonna be spices first, guys, okay? And I like the fact that this has anise as kind of like a mood enhancing spicy zing in the intro, and then followed by that kind of rosy, peppery, pink peppercorn that comes right behind it. Very nice, and it's a nice enigmatic spicy note. Goes well with the anise as the initial mood enhancer of this scent. Now, the spicy anise and pink pepper part here in this fragrance lasts up to 35 minutes. So you do not get immediately something gourmand or something cocoa in the beginning. It is going to be some spices, guys, okay? Which to me, it feels masculine, okay? And I know this is a unisex scent overall, but this fragrance does lean masculine just because it starts with these spices right here. Now, after 30 to 35 minutes, guys, you're gonna get the coffee note mixed with some cocoa, okay? Now, the coffee note in Clive Christian Strange Heavens Out of the Blue, thank God, is not the same coffee note as all these other fragrances that are using this synthetic vanillic type of coffee note that seems like it's on a lot of fragrances nowadays, a lot of mainstream fragrances. No, right here, guys, in Strange Heavens Out of the Blue, the coffee is more of a dark roasted coffee bean, like a natural dark roasted coffee bean. And it mixes very well with this early cocoa that's kind of like dusty. It's kind of like powdered cocoa that's very dry and dusty. Goes well with this kind of like roasted dark coffee bean. And it's got a woody like nature to it as well. And it's darker. Okay, so that's one thing I will say. It doesn't smell like your mainstream synthetic coffee notes that don't really smell like coffee, but then also it's mixed with that cocoa. And it does give you this enigmatic touch, which is the concept of this fragrance. It does give you that enigmatic, mysterious smell with also the satisfaction of cocoa and coffee. But the fact that it starts off with these darker spices, pink peppercorn that leans into this roasted coffee beans. And I know that it's roasted for a reason because it actually links to the mid and end notes of the fragrance. I'll tell you that later, guys. But like I said, it's really, really nice. I mean, it gave me the impression of a very classy, but enigmatic and dark and addictive. It's addictive because like every now and then you're smelling the spices and then you're also smelling bits of that coffee, bits of that cocoa. And you're like, I want some more, I want some more. It's not like a total like domination of each note here in this fragrance right here. So I would say that this is a very beautiful intro. A lot of y'all that will try this for the first time might like it. Some might not, but to me as a guy, and you know, having that the intro is masculine spicy plus a little bit of that coffee, a little bit of cocoa is very, very likable to me. I like it. Okay, now let's talk about the initial sillage and projection on this fragrance. This is not a loud projector, guys, but this is definitely a lingering draw-in scent. Really the type of sillage that would be, I would say, for dates. I would say for, you know, talking to people that you know. And that's because it's very magnetic, but it's not necessarily like super attention getting. The spicy notes are really in the first 30 minutes of this fragrance. So you don't have them like lingering aromatic for like a really, really long time. So I would say that this one here is lingering, but most of all, it's a draw-in addictive scent. And there's more addictive stuff later on in the mid of this fragrance, but this intro definitely, like I said, very likable with those very natural smelling coffee beans, the nice like dusty cocoa, cocoa powder that seems like that you're smelling, as well as the spices. They are definitely super nice and enigmatic. I like the sillage and projection on this one as well. Okay, so now let's head into the mid right here of Clive Christian Strange Heavens Out of the Blue. And wow, this mid is amazing as well, guys. And if you thought the intro was nice, let me tell you, the mid is also pretty nice right here. And I know that on paper, you see the notes of orange blossom as well as jasmine. These are some nice, sweet white florals, jasmine, even indolic. And if you spray this fragrance on a bladder or on a test strip, you're gonna smell more of the jasmine, but let me tell you that on skin, it's a whole different ball game, guys. Because the most dominant part of this mid is going to be the Addictive Fusion Accord. Okay, and luckily, guys, Clive Christian actually defined what's in the Addictive Fusion Accord to make sense of everything right here in the mid of this fragrance. Okay, so what is in here? So inside of the Addictive Fusion Accord, you're gonna get wormwood, you're gonna get cacao leaves, as well as a fantasy note, which is opium sap. Which is like, opium as in the drug opium. There's no opium here, okay? So first and foremost, let's go into it. So wormwood here does give a zing. It's kind of like a type of absinthe note that gives a zing to the whole thing. And to me, it is kind of a continuation from the anise that gave us a little bit of a zing in the beginning, that zing spice of anise. We get something very similar here with the wormwood in the Fusion Accord. Now, secondary to that is cacao leaves. Now, cacao leaves does leave some cacao smell, and that is the same cacao smell that we get to smell in the beginning mixed in with the natural smelling dark roasted coffee note. So the coffee and part of the cacao leaves, part of this accord actually comes together giving you that nice, beautiful combo of dusty, dry cacao and the coffee, right? This also gives some slight herbaceous, leafy smells, this cacao leaves. And finally, we're going to talk about the opium sap, which is actually a fantasy note that's more resinous and smoky. Okay, and that is how they describe it. Now, put together, think about it, guys. You have the zing of wormwood, you have resins, you have smokiness, and you have cacao. So that really is, I would say, the true heart of, the mid of this fragrance right here, guys. Now, the orange blossom as well as the jasmine, these two floral notes provide a nice lingering balancer for the sweetness and the airiness of the mid. Or else the mid would have been pretty heavy, pretty dark, pretty like fade to black early on in the scent. So that is why you have these sweet florals to keep it balanced, guys, okay? But nevertheless, this is a lovely mid. I mean, the intro, like I said, was spicy with cacao and coffee. And then this mid right here still has some cacao, which is, like I said, consistent here in this fragrance. You got some cacao, but then you have some zing still from the wormwood. You still have some resinous, smoky facets from this fusion accord, and still the lingering sweet florals right there to balance it all out. Again, this is a lovely mid right here for me. So now let's talk about the dry down right here of Clive Christian's Strange Heavens Out of the Blue. Now the dry down here starts at the 6-hour mark. So you're going to have a long coverage of the beautiful complex mid with the addictive fusion accord mixed with those sweet florals, okay, balanced by those sweet florals. Now right here in the dry down, guys, you're going to get the notes of caramel, vanilla, as well as the smoke fusion accord. And there's still going to be some cacao in the form of cacao absolute. Now, let me tell you one thing about this ending, guys, is that to me, this is kind of like the culmination of the entire fragrance as the fade to black ending of Strange Heavens Out of the Blue. Because really from the get-go, it's already enigmatic and dark. You're getting pink peppercorn, you're getting these dark roasted coffee beans with cacao. The addictive fusion accord to me is still dark themed with some smoky resinous aspects. And then right here in the ending, guys, of course, you're going to get a smoke fusion accord that seems like it's going to be olibanum and gaiac wood. So these are kind of like dark facets that go throughout the fragrance. It's just that you have some balancers. For the mid, it's orange blossom. It's whiffs of nice floral orange blossom and jasmine. But here in the dry down, it's going to be the caramel as well as your vanilla, right? Because the cacao is pretty consistent all throughout. Seems like it works well with the dark woody aspects of this fragrance, whether it's the coffee or the resins or the woods. Here in the dry down, it's like smoky woods that go with the cacao. Works really well as a dark combination. But of course, this dry down is balanced with your gourmand notes of vanilla and caramel, making it even more likable, right? But also addictive in the sense that you will have a consistent like dark, like tone to the smell, but then you have these balancers that you would like to whiff catch the whiffs of every now and then, like the orange blossom and jasmine, like the spices in the beginning, and in the dry down right here, it's going to be caramel and vanilla. So again, really, really likable. I like the balance of how they continued the theme of dark and enigmatic, but still with very likable notes as the balancers here in this fragrance right here, Strange Heavens Out of the Blue. Okay, so what do I think of this fragrance right here, the latest Clive Christian, Strange Heavens Out of the Blue? I like it. What can I say? I mean, this definitely fits in the Addictive Arts collection as yet another enigmatic and addictive fragrance, because the way that it's done is you got different sniffs or smells of things that you like mixed with a very consistent, cacao, darker combination down the line. And yeah, what can I say? It is very, very likable. It's exactly what other people are harping about it. And of course, very, very much fits into this Addictive Arts collection, guys. And I mean, to me, I like the fact that they didn't make like a synthetic coffee note, and they didn't actually put any of these gourmand notes. I mean, other than cacao, cacao is the most consistent, dry, dusty cacao. But like vanilla, caramel, and coffee, these were all masterfully blended well into this fragrance to give an overall effect. And almost all the other notes pitched in, you know, kind of to give credit, you know, to these other notes to make this fragrance really wonderful. I can't really say that, oh, it's the coffee or it's the caramel or it's the orange blossom that made this fragrance nice. It's everything that made this fragrance nice. And like I said, it immediately gave me this, like, I don't know, Don Juan DeMarco nighttime seductive dude smell. I mean, that's what I got out of this. So definitely it achieved its job to be part of the Addictive Arts collection right here. I mean, the panda, they should have chosen something else. I mean, definitely you're not going to be a panda wearing this. You're going to be a panther. You know, that's what you're going to be, a sex panther wearing this fragrance right here, not a panda, because definitely this is going to be very, very seductive and very likable indeed wearing this fragrance right here. Now, usage-wise, obviously, I'm going to say this, that this is a nighttime perfume, cool to cold weather. It will match maybe a black outfit or a navy outfit, something very mysterious in your look. This will definitely match it. I mean, the bottle itself is black and blue, really dark black and blue. So it's going to match that type of outfit as well, okay? And here's the question, is it unisex? I'm going to say this, that it can be unisex. It can be, but the more that I wear this, I just can't get it off that, you know, get off the thinking that the spicy intro with pink peppercorn and anise and the coffee smells more masculine. And really the rest of it also smells masculine because of the smoky facets, the resins, the woodsy facets. I mean, even if they added caramel, vanilla, like I said, all these side notes that contribute, I still feel that this is a masculine type of fragrance right here with some, like I said, side gourmand properties that will be liked as well. Okay, so that is what I think. Okay, it can be unisex, but to me, it's a man's scent. I think an effective man's scent, and definitely something that you can use as a signature scent or a date night scent or any type of scent that will make someone want to smell you more and, you know, progress that relationship, you know, whether it's a dating relationship or you're just hooking up, whatever. I feel like this is a nice addictive scent right here. Very usable in that regard. Okay, now total performance on this fragrance right here to me is 11 to 12 hours, okay? And really, like I said, it's not a strong projector, okay? But it is an extrait, so it kind of performs like an extrait. It's definitely lingering around you consistently, doesn't slow down, doesn't, you know, weaken or disappear, then pops out again for the next 12 hours. It's not going to be a super strong room conquering projector like others expect out of other fragrances. It's not going to be that. This is a more intimate fragrance, but like I said, consistent for 12 hours. No issues with the performance. Okay, so finally, let's look at the cost of this fragrance right here. Clive Christian, Strange Heavens, Out of the Blue. This thing is damn expensive. That's the thing. That's the one big barrier with this fragrance. Is it very likable? Is it like a signature scent? In my opinion, yes. Is it enigmatic? Is it gonna get the girl? Probably. There's a high chance with this type of fragrance right here. But it is damn expensive. And 50 mLs of this fragrance is $610. That's not even including the tax. Think about the tax of California. You're going to get it at what, $660, $670? Damn, that's pretty expensive. And that's what I was saying about how some fragrance houses like Serjoff will have a $500 perfume, but they'll give it at half, $250 to buy a 50 ml, lowering the barrier to entry, getting people to actually buy the fragrance, you know, with that kind of budget. Well, Clive Christian, you know, they put that wall right there. So there's a big wall of $610 if you would like to own this fragrance at only 50 ml, which is crazy because this to me is a very usable perfume, no doubt. So that makes it one of the most expensive fragrances out there. So it means that the 100 ml would be like $1,200 or something. That's on Boadicea territory. Now, again, you know, this brand is all about luxury and super expensive perfumes. It was at the time. I mean, Clive Christian used to be the most expensive perfume in the world. And so makes sense, okay? So there's no shame in buying a full bottle if you just have $600 primed and ready for an awesome perfume and you have no problem spending that amount. Sure, get this damn thing. It is really damn good. But like I said, what's really sad is for most of us that, you know, we know the fragrance notes, and I'm sure after watching this video, a lot of y'all want to try it. Find a way. Go to the boutiques, guys. Get a sample. Email them getting a sample. Buy yourselves a blonde amber or something and then get another sample of this one for free. I think they do that at the website. But those are the ways that you could possibly try and test this fragrance right here. Is it blind buy worthy, or can you blind buy it? I think it's safe to blind buy, to be honest. Or you can rewind this video, listen to what I said about the breakdown, and if you know you think you really like it, you're safe with it, then go blind buy it. I think it will be okay. I was this close to doing that up until I was able to buy myself an official sample. But damn, this is an expensive scent that's not gonna be for everyone price wise, but the juice is incredible, full bottle worthy. And that is it. That is my no hype review on the latest Clive Christian 2026 fragrance from the Addictive Arts collection, Strange Heavens Out of the Blue. Let me know in the comments below what y'all think of this fragrance right here. If y'all have tried it, tested it, smelled it, give me your thoughts, guys. Again, you know, hopefully y'all got a full wear out of it, because like I said, on the blotter or on the test paper, I mean, it feels like the jasmine and the orange blossom is more, like you can smell it a lot more, and you might think that this is an indolic scent, but not really, guys. Once you put it on your skin, you'll see the theme, the consistent theme of this fragrance being like dark, enigmatic, smoky, and then at the same time with these beautiful balancers of spice, florals, and then eventually gourmand notes of vanilla and caramel. Super nice fragrance, guys. What can I say? Let me know in the comments below what you think of this fragrance. Kudos to Clive Christian. And again, there's a lot more fragrances coming out of this channel, guys. I bought so many samples of all these fragrances that y'all are curious about, and have friends who are sending me amazing stuff. Creed Wild Vetiver, my friend Bernie already sent it down here. I got to try it already. Can't wait to talk about Creed Wild Vetiver, as well as the Harrods Amouage that one of my homies at Scent Rush sent as well, Joey. Can't wait to do that, guys. So hang on tight. Please do not forget to like and subscribe, especially if you're new to the channel, and I will see you guys on the next video. God bless. Take care. Peace.